Hello everyone, I'm Sandylu Guerrero of Life's Trace Coaching, your transformational business and life coach. Here again, having some technical difficulties for some reason or another. I know that there's been some changes on Facebook, and sometimes those changes don't always go very well or smoothly. For some reason, I don't know. Hi Lourdes, hey Lourdes, I see you guys are on. Hi Armando, hi Mando, hi Carmen. Okay, so there was something wrong with my connection, so thank you all for your patience. I'm back on. I was on for like 13 minutes and I was like, nobody's coming on. I'm like, what's happening? Hey Jesse, hi Fiore, hi everyone, hello, welcome to Transform Your Life with Sandylu and Friends. Thank you for joining me this evening. Please remember to share and share with your friends. I'm going to be giving you some great tools for the coming 2018 year, and I want to hear what also works for you, and what is it that you want for 2018. What is it that you want to create for yourself? So as it looked like no one was on earlier, and I don't know what was going on, but we're back on, and I really want to give you some information, some things that I've learned throughout the years that have worked for me, that have worked for my clients in transforming their life and creating the results that they want personally and professionally in their life. And one of the things that I really want to talk about first, before we go into giving you the tips of what you need to do to move forward, we're going to talk about the wheel of life, and we're going to focus on the 8 domains of your life, and how are you doing in every domain, and what is it that you want to create, and what is it that you really want. And so make sure that if you have to get out of the video, if you have to log off at any moment, that you come back and watch it on the replay, because it's going to be supportive, valuable information. In fact, if you can right now, get something right, because I'm actually going to give you some like little writing exercises that you can do at home that'll support you in getting clarity as to what you want to create, and what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and what is it that you really, really, really want, and start creating that plan, that strategic plan for 2018. Because without a plan, we could have a vision board, but without a plan, it's just a dream. And trust me, I know it's not always easy, and I'm going to give you a lot of different ideas and tips. And in fact, next week I'm going to give you more additional information, and we'll focus more on the strategic plan part of it, so that you have something that you could start working on. I know that we're all busy with parties and shopping and traffic and all that good stuff, and eating good food and etc., and all these great gatherings, right? I know I had a great time this weekend with my friend Carmen and her friends, and also with my friend Ana Salcedo, and we had a great time this weekend with parties, etc. My cousin Vince's ugly sweater party, and so we're having fun. But at the same time, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, 2018 is around the corner. What is it that I want to create for myself? So if you just got on, please remember to share, because I'm going to give you some information that's going to be supportive in creating a plan for 2018. So thank you everyone who has logged in. Remember to share, like, send me some love. I won't get mad. Hello Lori, hello Rodrigo. I'm going to log into my tablet here again so that I can see any comments that you might make, because it's kind of hard to see them while I'm actually on the screen. And Fiore says hello. Fiore Medrano, hello. And okay, so one of the things I want to share with you, hi Benjamin. Okay, so one of the things I want to share with you is okay, so in 2018, I don't know how many of you did a vision board, and if you did, give me a like. I want to see that. I want to see if you did a vision board. Vision boards are really supportive, and if you've watched The Secret, which is it's a movie called The Secret, and it's all about the law of attraction, and visualization is key. So I want you to think, if you did have a vision board, if you look at it right now, what have you accomplished? What did you accomplish in 2017 that is in your vision board? And what didn't you accomplish? And I'll show you my vision board. I was struggling with my vision board because I realized that I didn't really know what I wanted, or I was I was not too sure what a lot of the things that I want actually involve another person or other people, and so I was having a hard time visualizing it without someone else, because in my life, that's the way I was looking at it and attached to it. But the thing is that we get to focus on what we want for ourselves and take the steps towards the things that we want for ourselves, and everything will come as you keep moving forward. Hello, Gonzalo. Fiore says, no vision. It's okay, Fiore. You're not the only one. I didn't always do a vision board, and I didn't always know what the heck I wanted to do with my life. I didn't even know who I was at one point. So I completely understand. So anyways, I had done this vision board, and I'll show you my vision board. You can kind of see what are some of the things that interest me. And I'm all about empowerment, inspiring. I love entertainment. I like watching live sports. I like concerts. I love the beaches, traveling. I love fashion. I'm working on a book right here, so I actually put it here. So I am working on the book, and I have an idea of another business idea, which already started kind of panning out. It just kind of happened, but it's kind of been because I put it out there, right? I put it out there. So there's no right or wrong way to do your vision board. And in our vision board, you don't necessarily have to do everything that whole year, but I want you to look at your vision board if you had one, or if you set a list of goals that you wanted to accomplish in 2018, and look at what you did accomplish, and then also look at what you didn't accomplish. Now, let me just say something. This is not about beat up. This is not about kicking your butt because you didn't finish this or you didn't get that done and blah, blah, blah. It's not about anything like that. We cannot change what we're going to do in a positive and powerful way until we acknowledge what didn't work. So we want to look at what didn't work. In 2017, the goals that you set, what are the things that didn't work? What was it that got in your way? So for example, maybe you were not organized. Maybe you were trying to do it alone. You didn't have a mentor, a coach, or mastermind group, or someone that's going to support you. Maybe you were just disorganized. Maybe you were trying to do too many different things. And maybe life happened. There was a tragedy in your family. Maybe you had health issues. There's so many reasons why. But I want you to look at it in a way of responsibility, because the truth is, we could be going through things in life, yet we could still keep taking steps to the things that we want. And I say that because I know I've gone through quite a bit of things, and even though it was difficult, I crawled to the next step. I crawled. Even if you're crawling to make the next move, to move you forward, that's what you get to do. Because that's what's going to keep you moving forward and get you out of whatever you're experiencing, no matter how tragic it is. And I know loss very well. I know tragedy very well. I can tell you, I completely understand, but I also understand the power of choice. And sometimes we choose to live as a victim to those circumstances and get caught up so much in it. And not to say that it's not hard and it's not profound and it's not painful, but the thing is that being caught up in it and not taking small, tiny little steps, even if you're crawling to the next step, only gets you in that space deeper and deeper and deeper, to the point where it gets harder and harder and harder to get out. And then we have a hard time finding, we lose the vision, we lose the purpose, we forget our why, or sometimes our why is our why that was our why is no longer there. So now we try to regroup and try to find our way, but we got to keep taking steps, even if you're crawling. And also, we can't, we're always trying to do things alone. I've always been one that always wanted to do everything on my own. I could do it. But let me tell you that I have never done it alone. I didn't even realize when I wasn't doing it alone that I wasn't doing, when I thought I was doing it alone, I was never doing it alone. And it's that whole, the prayer where someone says, Jesus, I was going through this really rough time, and at that point I didn't see your footprints in the sand. And then it says, at that point, it says, it's because at that point I was carrying you. And for all of us, it looks different, for me, and I truly believe that. I think that my faith has gave me strength, and my faith has got me to see, that I have angels on earth that love me and support me unconditionally without judgment, and they don't always understand what I'm doing, but they get my bigger vision and my bigger purpose as to what I'm doing, what I'm doing, and why I'm doing it. And that's really supportive. So we don't have to do it alone. I'm also part of a manifestation goddess group, and our focus is on manifestation. It's an amazing group. It's a group that I just joined this last year, which has been one of the biggest supports for me professionally. A safe space to be able to speak, a safe space to learn and grow and hear from each other's business perspective and experiences, previous and present challenges, and then seeing everybody thrive and create extraordinary things. So you got to find something that's going to support you so that you could achieve those goals. So I really want you to reflect on, okay, what didn't work? And I want you to write it down. So write down on a piece of paper, you don't have to do it right now, but just write the question, what didn't work? And then that way, you're going to go back and check in with yourself and say, okay, what didn't work? I procrastinated, I was I was disorganized, I got caught up feeling sorry for myself, I spent a lot of time being angry and resentful, I thought I wasn't enough, I was thinking I wasn't good enough, I didn't have the support I needed, I didn't have the money I needed, whatever the story is that got in the way, let's just address it. So make sure you write down what didn't work. That's really going to be key as to moving forward, because now that you know what didn't work and you address what didn't work and you take ownership and responsibility, then now you can create a new moment, one that's going to be positive and that's going to move you forward. So consider writing this down. This is really key to changing the results and transforming the way you're experiencing your experiences, and transforming the way you create things, the way you interact, the way you empower and motivate yourself as well, because we gotta have that self-motivation as well. And that's why knowing what we want is key, knowing our why is key. So now that we know what didn't work, now we want to know what worked, right? Because we did get through a whole entire year. We did create something positive. We did make those sales. We did, maybe we didn't make the sales we wanted, but we made some sales. So something worked. Maybe we didn't get that relationship we wanted, but then we met some extraordinary people. They were just not for us, so let's look at, and maybe you didn't lose all the weight you wanted, but now your cholesterol's down. So let's start looking at also, okay, what did work? What worked in achieving some of the things that I did set to achieve in the beginning of the year? What are the things that worked? What was my way of being? When I was organized, I created this. When I reached out for support, when I used my network, when I stepped out of my comfort zone, I had a lot of fun. When I took those risks, I created bigger results. When I went door knocking, I was able to get more listings. When I asked for coaching, I got some support. Look at what are the things that work. When I was having fun, when I was clear about my intention, when I was purposeful with my time, when I was intentional, right? When I was intentional. So what are those things that work for you? Because now you want to do more of what worked, right? What worked for you that created the results that you did want? Maybe you didn't create them all, but like you said, what didn't work, we write it down. Now, what worked? Because you want to do more of that. And then how do you take that to another level? What is it that you want to create for yourself? So consider that. I'm giving you like a really brief overview of some of the work that I do in workshops that I do for businesses and organizations, but these are simple little tips that you can start working on that can really start altering the course of your life, transforming what 2018 is going to look for you. What is it going to look like for you? What is it that you really want? All right, so consider what worked, and when you think of what didn't work, and I'll go back to it really briefly, is sometimes we got to look at what was missing in me. What was missing, because sometimes something didn't work or we didn't achieve it because maybe we're not clear on what we wanted, or what was our why. Why do we even want to go and sacrifice and wake up early and go to sleep late and work day and night and travel everywhere, and why. So So what's missing in me? Like what was missing in me? It's sometimes we don't realize that, how much we get in our own way. And I totally get it. But we gotta acknowledge it. We gotta embrace it. We gotta recognize it so that we can make a new moment, right? A new moment, create something different. Now the other question is, well, what do you want? What do you want? What is it that you truly, truly, truly want? Like, if I snap my fingers and you could have it, what would it be? And I say it that way because sometimes we start prejudging what we want. We make ourselves wrong because of what we want. We start thinking we're not worthy enough, we're not smart enough, we're not educated enough, we're not lovable enough, we're not skinny enough. We're not beautiful enough. We're not sexy. We don't have enough muscles. We can go on and on and on and on for all the reasons why we don't go for what we want. But we got to be really honest with ourselves. What do we want? Going for anything less than what we want will always end up in unhappiness, in lack of satisfaction. And then you forget to be grateful because you are not getting what you really, really, really want. So you got to be really honest with yourself. What do you want? What do you want no matter what? Like, no matter what. And what are you willing and committed to doing to make it happen? Now, I'm not saying that means that because you're willing and you're committed to doing whatever it takes to make it happen, that's going to be easy. It just means that because you want it so badly, that you're going to do whatever it takes, and you'll be willing to get uncomfortable. You'll be willing to go through the challenges and the struggles and being uncomfortable and the ups and downs and the roller coaster of achieving it, right? When someone goes to college, it's not an easy breezy. They got, you're studying day and night. You're hoping that you retain all the information. There's a lot of demand. You have papers, 10, 20, 30 pages. You have thesis. It goes on and on and on, right? So, and I'm just giving you that example, but it's a commitment to finish, right? It's a commitment to get that degree that gets you there. So what is that you want, that you're willing to create for yourself? That no matter what, like, I'm gonna say it bluntly, like, no shit, this is what you're gonna do, you're gonna make it happen. Like, no matter what, like, no matter what story, no matter what excuse, no matter what circumstance, you're going to make it happen. Like, there's no tomorrow. Like, it's happened. Like, you're already in the space of it's happened. It already happened. It's happening. I'm in it. It's like, even if you can't see exactly how it's going to happen, you're clear. This is happening. So it's so important to know what is it that you really, really, really want, and get honest with yourself. Okay. Be honest with yourself. Hi, Pamela Valenciano. Hey, Pam. Hope you're doing well. I know you've been a busy woman in the real estate industry. Hi, Anna. Hello, Melissa. And let me get back. I talk with my hands a lot. So when I do that, then I tend to like tap my tablet and get myself out of there. But if you have any questions, if you want some coaching, this is your opportunity. This is your opportunity to ask the questions. Here is your opportunity to ask the questions. What is it that you want to know? So I want to say hi to a few people. I don't know, my tablet is the weirdest thing lately. I guess I had to do an update or something, but I see that Alma says, hello, my beautiful coach, friend, sister. Hi, Alma. Hello, Lupe Galicia as well. And I'm seeing you as you get closer because I'm a little bit closer than you could see it. But I want you to think of what is it that you really, really want? And you got to be honest with yourself. Let's see. Fury says, welcome, amiga. Mercedes, we can create our vision world. Yes, you could create your vision world in it. And I don't know what that is. What is that for you, or what that looks like for you? But the more you can get clear as to what it is, what it looks like, feel, felt, found is the idea. Feel, felt, found. Sometimes we're not connected to our why because we don't feel, felt, found. We're not, we don't already feel it in our body. We don't embody it. We don't embrace it. We're not really in it, celebrating it already as if it already happened. Hello, Ruben. Hello, my friend. How are you? And anyway, so one of the things that I was listening to some, I like to listen to audios and YouTube videos and on self-development, empowerment, and I love the information. Sometimes it's redundant. You hear it a bunch of different ways by different people, but it's the same thing. However, sometimes it lands in a different way, or I interpret it in a different way, or I'm able to explain it to someone else in a different way because now I heard it from a different perspective. And one of the things that I heard earlier, and right now, and I don't remember who it was exactly, but he says, set a goal that will make you something, that makes something of you when you achieve it. Think of that. Set a goal that's going to make something of you when you achieve it. So just consider some of the goals that you have. When you achieve them, the likelihood of you being that same person that started is very unlikely, because there's another level of consciousness, there's another level of intelligence, there's another level of experience, there's another level of wisdom, etc., etc. Does that make sense? Hello, Denise. Fury says, thank you. How often do you review your vision board? Gosh, I actually had it. I moved like 2 months ago, but I actually had it by my window with clips. So when I woke up, that's the first thing I saw. So it's as often as you can. The more it is in your view, put it on your phone if you get a chance. Put it on your phone. I know I had my previous board on my phone. In fact, it's still very consistent with what I want, what I'm working towards now. But yeah, you want to see it as often as you can. You want to it's all about the law of attraction, and at the same time, it's a constant reminder every day of, is what I'm doing consistent to what I want to create? Is what I'm doing consistent to what I want? Is what, so, and I say that because there's so many different things that you got to consider. Okay, so I want to lose weight, but I'm eating burgers and fries. How inconsistent is that? Trust me, I know that one too. If you saw me earlier this year, you see me now, you'll notice that I'm looking a little extra. Hi, Carmen. Carmen is like, oh yes, I'm taking ownership and doing it. But I can tell you that I already started the workout and changing my eating habits, because I'm not okay with that. It is not what I want for myself. It is not in the vision board. I love fashion, and fashion is not working very well for me right now. So, it's really about taking that ownership, right? And being able to be uncomfortable and vulnerable. For me, I'm always sharing my things, right? Of course, there's things that I get to keep personal, or they're mine to keep, but at the same time, I share with you so that you have the opportunity to learn from my experiences, and you don't have to learn them the hard way. Now that's up to you. Hello, Jose Alejandre. Hello, Rosemary Garcia. Hello. Hi, everyone. Happy holidays as well. Again, if you just got on, I'm Sandylu Guerrero, Life Choice Coaching, your transformational business and life coach, and you're watching Transform Your Life with Sandylu and Friends. And today's show is about setting your intention for 2018. So one of the things that I use when I do workshops, and depending on what it is, and also when I do one-on-one coaching, and I actually use this tool very often, because I think that it's such a simple yet easy to understand way of checking in with yourself. How are you doing in your life? How are you doing in the 8 main domains of your life? So our life is very broad. Our life is very broad, but if certain areas of our life are not working, then eventually it affects all the other areas of our life. And little by little, it starts taking a toll until now all the areas of our life are really suffering. And so, now let me tell you, I know that all too well. I've experienced it. I know people that have been there. And the awesome part about this tool is that it's very simple, and you can keep track for yourself on a regular basis. So if you have something to write with, write it down. And if you'd like, you can send me a private message, and I can send you an email with it so that you can have it and just keep checking in. Maybe you want to share it with a friend as well. But this exercise is called the Wheel of Life. And what it is it's a circle, and I don't make the best circles. And this pen is not working very well. Let me see. Let me start all over again, because I don't make the best circles. Hello, Chela Diaz. Hey, Grace. Chela Alfaro. Hello. I'm making a circle. And so our life is super broad, right? There's more than 8 domains in our life. However, I believe there's 8 core domains in our life that if they're not working, they really do start affecting us in a negative way. So I did this little circle. And again, if you'd like, send me a message and then I could send it to you later. I could send it to you this evening. I could email it to you if you'd like. It's a tool that I use regularly. You can use it at home, use it regularly, and use it to start creating your plan for 2018. Next week, I'll be talking about your strategic plan, some of the steps that you could take to actually enhance and work towards what we want right here. So one of the things that we are going to do, so if you are writing this down, I'm going to give you those domains, okay? Write it down, okay? So I'm going to write it here. I'm going to write it here, and then I'll show it to you in a bit. All right, I'm looking at my pen. It's not. Red will stand out, and just know it's gonna look backwards because you're gonna write career. I know that looks weird. Career. All right, and the next one you're going to write relationships. You can write it in any section. And I'm using my smaller board because I wanted to sit down. I actually have a bigger board. But relationships, okay? The next one is health and wellness. Okay, so health and wellness, okay? And I'll talk more about them in a bit and give you a little bit more information as to what these things are. The next one is finances. Finances. So notice I wrote finances. All right, Fury, I hope you're writing it down. Hi, Yvette. All right. And then we got self-development. Self-development. And please, if you have any questions, please, I'm watching this actual screen here because my tablet is not showing me anything. I think I need to do an update that I didn't do. The next one is spirituality. So write them down. And then there's fun and recreation, because we absolutely have to have fun. Okay, so far I wrote these down. You got them down, Fury? Hi, Zay. Hey, Zay, you can write these down. Write them down. All right. All right, and then the last one is the most important one of them all, if you ask me, because this affects everything. Self-love. Did you get that? Okay, so if you look at these domains, okay? We're going to look at these domains, and I'm going to talk about them very briefly, just because there are 8 domains. There's so much I can say about all of them. But I want you to look at every section. If you did circle it, if you did actually write it down, if you did write it down, then what I want you to do is like really reflect. So one of the things that I do with my clients, I have them, you know, do the exercise. And again, if you'd like, I'd love to I'll send you the email if you'd like. I can send you the email where I have a printout that you could do this exercise in. So I know it looks backwards, unfortunately, in the screen, but you can always do it. And I'll tell you again. I'll say them real quick. Again, 1 is career. Another is 2 is relationships. 3 is health and wellness. 4 is finances. 5 is self-development. 6 is spirituality. 7 is fun and recreation. And 8 is self-love. Now, like I said, these are 8 domains, core domains, that are going to support you in in living an extraordinary life, living in a life of gratitude, living a life of joy, living a life of abundance, living a life of good health, self-love, growth, etc. So I want you to really look at these areas, okay? So one of the things that I have everybody do is like, think of your career. Let's look at your career. Is your career or business or whatever is it, if you put a number on a scale from 1 through 10, 1 being like really not good, not happy, and 10 being like great, like I'm doing what I love and it's working for me and it's thriving, etc., then you give it a 10. So consider, career. In a scale from 1 through 10, how would you rate your career? How would you rate your career? Would you rate it, is it like it pays the bills and I'm happy and I enjoy it and it's okay, it's not like wow or anything, but it does what it needs to do, maybe you would want to put a 5, right? Or you're like, I hate my job and I don't even make enough money and it's not even what I like doing, maybe you would put a 1. Okay, so I want you to consider all the other areas of your life. And I'll talk about the other areas of your life. Remember, 1 is like when it's really bad. 10 would be like it's really great. And I'm doing like a little quick overview because this actually takes a lot longer to do. But I want to give you some kind of information to start setting you up for next year so you could start thinking about it, because it's all about the intention. Okay, if your intention is clear, your purpose is clear, your vision is clear, then you can create a lot of things. And you get to have a strategic plan, because then although the universe will start conspiring to give you what you want, with an intentional strategic plan, you'll make things happen a lot faster and you'll be more organized and you'll be more productive and you're going to be purposeful with your time, and that's really important. So, your career, so some of these are left to interpretation, because we all have a different idea of what is great and what is not great, right? But at the same time, we got to be real with ourselves, because it's easy to say, oh, I'm really happy and whatever. But in our mind, we already know that, yeah, the job gives us everything we want, but it's not even what we like. We don't even like what we're doing. It's not even what we really want to be doing is, movies. We want to produce movies and that's what we really want and blah, 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 but we're not doing it. You got to be honest with yourself. This is a great way to reflect as to where you're at and where you want to go, and what you want and where you want to go. So in your spirit, I'll break it down. So relationships, you decide, you can go ahead and break it down by different categories. Some people break it down with, like relationships as in friends, another one, business relationships, and then intimate relationships. So if you want to change, do like 3 different ones, or family relationships, it's up to you how you want to do it. This is your wheel of life, not mine. So I'm giving you an example so that you could create your own. Hey Rudy, hello Mireya. So anyway, you decide what you want to create. What is it that you want, what is it that you want with this exercise? You create it the way you want, but remember, don't sell out on yourself. Because it's easy to say, oh yes, I'm great everywhere, because of my image, because of what everybody thinks, blah blah blah. It doesn't matter what everybody thinks, is what you know. So it doesn't mean you have to share it with everybody or anything like that. But this is a great way to look at where you're at right now, and then at the end of the first quarter, or even at the end of every month, but at a minimum at every quarter, check out your numbers and see how you're doing. Generally, at a minimum, you want to be a 5 in every area. That would be in a healthy space. Now, of course, the goal is to be at a 10. And once you're at a 10, it's like, what does 20 look like? Or if I'm already at 10, then what area of my life do I need to focus on that needs attention, that I get to work on to be a 10? So it's just about mindset. It's about visualization. So this exercise is supportive in creating a mindset and an intention that's going to support you in moving forward. And it's visual, so you can see it. Sometimes we need to see it, right? We're all different. We all learn differently. And this is very supportive. And it's also very objective in a sense. Okay, so spirituality, we all have a different idea what spirituality is. Say you are a Catholic, but you haven't been practicing and you feel guilty because you haven't been going to church and you haven't gone to confession and blah blah blah. And so for you that's like, a 4 or a 5 or whatever. So then you start making a point to go to church, making a point to get more involved, to go to confession or whatever it is for you. Now, it could also mean my connection to myself, my connection to a higher power, my connection to my being. So that is also your interpretation of what that is for you. But you got to be honest with yourself. What is it for you? And how is it going to serve you? And how is it going to move you forward to be connected to your own personal spirituality or your idea of spirituality? It's very supportive to be spiritually connected in one way or another, in a positive and a healthy way, because that supports us in being in the space of gratitude. Because with gratitude, then we can really create the things that we want, because we're not coming from the lack of, we're coming from a space of abundance, and gratitude changes everything. Okay, and that's a whole other show, by the way. But the other, health and wellness, it's health. It's are you physically healthy? Are you, whether it's your weight, your sugar, your cholesterol, your mindset, are you emotionally healthy? Are you mentally healthy? Just think of everything health, overall health, mental, physical, emotional health. Very important. If you're struggling with any and you are not taking action, eventually it's going to manifest into something worse, bigger, and irreversible, hard to reverse, because I don't think anything is always 100% permanent. It's also mindset, right? Finances, our idea of finances, maybe your idea of finances is only about what comes in your paycheck every week or every month or every year. Or maybe it's about, do I have a retirement plan? Am I investing? What is that for you? And if you want to break it down in sections as well, start looking at it. What is it that you want? Are you a 1 in investments, but you're a 5 in your retirement, and then you're a 10 in your annual income? Then there's a lack of balance there, right? Because here you have all this income, but you're not saving and you're not investing in the way you probably could, etc. So it's just a way to look and see what's working, what's not working, and what is it that you get to do to change it. Then I have self-development, and I put self-development, and I know if you see, I put self-development here, and the reason why self-development is important in our 8 domains is because, I don't know if you heard the saying, and I probably think I say it at every show, but I heard Anthony Robbins say one time, if you're not learning, you're dying. And the more I reflect on my life pre-transformational work, I was dying. I mean, I got to the point where I didn't know who the heck I was. I didn't like looking in the mirror because I didn't know who she was, and I didn't like her because I was not doing anything to develop myself. And so we got to take the time to develop ourselves mentally, physically, emotionally, reading videos, books, workshops, coaching, mentorship. I mean, you name it. You got to keep learning and growing. We got to keep learning. We got to keep learning. It keeps us on our toes. It keeps us, there's more topics to talk about. There's more positive things to think about, etc. Hello, Salvador Maria. And so self-development is so important in our life. We got to keep growing and learning and growing and learning and evolving, because after a while, we get to a point where we're happy where we're at, but that after a while becomes boring and redundant, because once we achieve our goal, now we want that next challenge and we want that next thing. It's not about being satisfied. It's just that we have so much potential, and why settle for less than what we want when we have so much potential and so much abundance in our life and in our world that we can have and create whatever it is that we want. Yes, Fiore says, very true, learning. Yes, definitely. I'm always learning and growing, and I love to go to workshops, and I love to watch videos and read books, etc. The more I learn, the better I can serve my clients as well. So for me, it's not about like, oh, I already know that. Sometimes I do hear things, I'm like, oh, I already know that. Of course, I mean, I've been a sponge in the transformational world, and I was in trainings for years, where I was mentored by some of the best trainers who travel around the world, and I've had hands-on leadership training and coaching where I was involved in coaching coaches to coach. So I I know quite a bit, but at the same time, there's so much more for me to learn, so much more for me to learn, because everybody's different. And so the more I learn, the better I can serve you. And, you know, the better my life is as well. You know, that's just the way it is. And so, let's see, so I'm going to talk about self-love last, but fun and recreation. We gotta have fun. Sometimes we get so caught up in the doing, in the things that we gotta do, and, you know, the checklist and the checklist, and you don't want to live life with a checklist mindset. That feels like a have to. You know, a have to, when I feel like I have to do something, it is, let me see, did I bring my other board? No, I didn't bring my other board. When I feel like I have to do something, it's a burden. It feels like a burden. It feels heavy. It feels like a sacrifice. It just doesn't feel good. But when I look at it as a get to, then I enjoy what I'm doing. And that's why you want to be focusing on doing things that are going to lead you to get what it is that you truly want. Because whenever you're going through those challenging times, whenever you're caught up in some kind of turmoil, whenever it's challenging and it's that roller coaster, because you know that it's all leading to what it is that you want, then you tend to enjoy that journey more. You tend to embrace that journey more, and you tend to focus on what you're learning out of that experience more and more. And so so that's why it's so important to know what is it that you want. You know, what do you really want, and start focusing on that. You got to be honest with yourself. And fun and recreation are so important. You gotta have fun, and and recreation. Because if you're just work, you gotta remember. And I know that, you know, for all my friends that are out there that are entrepreneurs, you know, it's a grind. It's a grind. There's no real schedule. We're just on and on and on. But we gotta remind ourselves when to have fun in the journey of our entrepreneurship experiences. And two is that we gotta take a little bit of time, even if it's just a little bit of time, to have fun and do some of those things, little simple, and it could be simple little things that we love to do. You know, for me, it's just hanging out with my friend and having coffee or having a drink and just laughing and joking and whatever, even though, you know, we end up talking about business and all that stuff, but it's my way to just step away from just being on the grind the whole entire time. And I enjoy it. So you got to find what works for you and what makes you happy and what brings you joy and what fuels you and what gives you energy and energizes you, so that you can get back on the road and continue on the journey to create what it is that you want in your life. Hello, Lorene. Hello, Ariana Stein. Hello, ladies. Powerful entrepreneur ladies as well. You know what I'm talking about. And the last one in the wheel of life that I have here is self-love. And that is the most important one. That is the most important one. When we have self-love, anything and everything is possible. When we're kind to ourselves, when we practice compassion for ourselves, when we practice humility for ourselves, when we are, you know, kind to ourselves, and we celebrate ourselves, and we embrace ourselves, and we embrace the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it, then it changes the way we react to life. It changes the way we do things in life. It changes our mindset when things are not, you know, good. It's so important for us to have that self-love. And if you could look in the mirror and love that person you see, then everything else that's wonderful in life that comes your way is a bonus. And so if you're in a space where you could, when you look in the mirror and you're not too happy at what you see, and you, or maybe you don't even know who you see, and trust me, believe you me, I know who, I've been there. You want to get some support. You want to get some kind of, you know, depending on what it is for you. But it's one of the things that I work on with people often, because I know that experience all too well. And I also know that it doesn't have to be that way, but sometimes we can't shift out of that alone. We need support. We need either counseling, coaching, exercise, things that are going to motivate us. You know, we got to change the way we're thinking. We got to change the way we're looking at ourselves. And part of it is because sometimes we're not kind to ourselves, and we're caught up in the woulda, coulda, shoulda of our life. We're caught up in regret. We're caught up in anger. We're caught up in not forgiving others. We don't forgive ourselves. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. But we gotta love ourselves. We gotta embrace everything that is, everything that isn't, and be committed to working towards towards the things that we want for ourselves, and committed to working to being the better version of ourselves, the best version of ourselves. And just remember that we weren't born angry, we weren't born mad, we weren't born sad, we weren't born frustrated, regretful, resentful, enraged. We weren't born that way. It was all what we interpreted based on our experiences. So our interpretations of our experiences are either going to hold us back and have us live in regret and in pain and in anger, or we can choose to learn from those experiences and move forward with those lessons and create something positive. So, that's the kind of work that I do, and that's the transformational work that I do in the journey that I've gone through. Let's see, Lorraine says, go slow to go fast. Plant seeds, water, and cultivate in the entrepreneurial journey. Yes, definitely. It's all, I want to say it's like a dance, right? Fiore says, gotta embrace our perfectly imperfect self first. Yes, we are all perfectly imperfect, and we get to love ourselves. It's not even have to, it's a get to, it's an opportunity, it's a choice, it's something positive. So hi Jasmine Martinez, hello, hey Carmen, thanks for all the love, Carmen. You gave it, you're just amazing. What an amazing friend I have. I'm so grateful. But anyway, those are some of the tips that I have for you. So if you want me to send you a copy of the Wheel of Life so that you can share it, or maybe you have a group of friends that you want to start connecting with, a mastermind group would be great, a manifesting group would be great. I can maybe share with you a little bit of how ours is structured. Maybe it'll support you, but you definitely want to surround yourself with people that are going to support you in creating the things that it is that you want in your life, personally and professionally. And I really, really hope that the information that I shared with you, and I know that it's kind of I did go through it really quickly and it was very brief, but if you get a chance, watch the replay. Remember to share, but watch the replay, because this is information that, seriously, if you apply it, very simple. If you apply it, if you do the little writing things that I told you to write, if you do those little assignments, they're assignments that I give, okay? If you do the small assignments, they're really short, simple assignments, and you start applying what I'm telling you, you will transform your life. And hi Alma. Alma's sending a lot of hearts. Alma was in one of my Women's Revival virtual groups, and she's just amazing, and she's always creating extraordinary results in her life. So I know that she benefited from my group, because you could never know too much, and you could never know everything, right? And you never want to be in that mindset of everything. All right, so I want to thank you all for joining me. I know that I had some glitches in the beginning of the show, but I'm glad that I was able to get back on. Thank you, Carmen, for notifying me that you couldn't find me for whatever reason. Something was going on. But remember that my show is all about supporting you in a positive and empowering way, giving you tools, mindset, ideas that are going to make you maybe look at things in a different way, or make you feel like you're not alone in your journey. Maybe if you're struggling, if you've had heartbreak or loss, or struggling with your business or your career, whatever it is that you're experiencing, then know that you're not alone. You are not alone, that you are you just got to reach out. Sometimes we don't want to reach out because we're caught up in what people are going to think and our image, etc. But I can tell you that one of the best things that I was able to do for myself was to actually surrender that control of I have to do it all alone feeling, and allow people into my life, because I didn't realize that by not letting them in, I was actually taking from them, because people want to actually support you and want to help you. And when we don't let them help us, then we're actually taking it away from them. So allow yourself to receive, and also remember to always give, and you'll get tenfold, okay? Let's say Fiora says, do we divide our vision board to these domains? Fiora, you could do it to whichever ones you want. These are core domains, so I would suggest if they feel like core domains for you, then use those, because everything else kind of falls under that anyway. So consider that. All right, and you're welcome, Fiora. And hello, Maria Elena Carmen. Hello, Tia Carmen. Over there in New Mexico. Hola, mi tía me saluda a todos allá, a la familia, a Mario y a Mónica y a Ivonne. Me saluda a todos. So anyway, saying hi to my family. Happy holidays to everybody. I will, Christmas is next week, is actually, what is it, Monday? I will be back on Tuesday, and we're going to talk about the intentional strategic plan. So and we're going to talk about more tips as to what you're going to create to get prepared, right? And if you're interested in coaching, if you're interested in finding out more of how I can support you in your personal and professional goals, please reach out to me. I am offering some specials for my coaching programs, and you definitely don't want to miss out on the opportunity. However, these specials are only going to go on to the 31st of the year. So you'll want to commit before that to be able to accept these specials, and they're like super specials. So if you want to know, reach out to me. Anyway, hi Paul, and I know Brooklyn said these domains have been parliament in my life. It has been a struggle to maintain because of matters of the heart for me. I have not been taking care of my parents while trying to perform the work. I live. It's kind of long. But Yvette, I'll answer you in a bit. I know I gotta check off. I'm already a few minutes over, but I'll read your message, and you know, my heart goes out to you. I know that I think you've been following me for a year or maybe even 2 at this point, and I know you lost your mother not too long ago, and I just want to let you know that you're not alone, and that I'm here. I'm here. If there's any way I can support you, please feel free to reach out to me. And I'm here, and God bless you as well. And I'll send you my email. I saw your post. I'll send you my email. And Fiore, I'll see you on Tuesday. And Jasmine, Sandylu, are there any books, readings, or visioning and personal development that you recommend? There's plenty of books, and one of the books, and actually there's a few books. One is that I recommend because they're so simple, and I think that if you practice these, what the philosophy is, that you can really alter the course of your life. So one is like the 4 Agreements and the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. They're very simple, but these books can really change the way you look at things and interpret things and experience things in such a way that change starts happening, and you start looking at the world in a completely different way. So those are 2 of the top books that I would definitely recommend. I'm working on other books, but I'll definitely share more with you as I work. Also, there's movies too that I would highly recommend as well, and I'll actually give you guys a list. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Next week again, I'll be on at 8:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure that you share. Remember, make sure that you have something to write with. Get your coffee, whatever it is that you need, so you can take it all in. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. For all the ladies out there, I have it's about approximately 10-minute meditation video, meditation audio that maybe you'd be interested in, and I could send it to you. Just send me your email, and I'll send you that meditation. It's all about empowerment, setting your intention, your goals, speaking into your beauty and your womanhood and the little girl. It's a beautiful yet simple meditation audio that I can send you, and then I can send you also the Wheel of Life. Okay, so if you join me next week, I'll also send you a template for an intentional strategic plan. But anyway, have a wonderful Christmas, everyone. Have a wonderful Christmas. Take it in, be present, enjoy. You never know when it's going to be the last one with one of your loved ones. And I can tell you that if I knew what I know now, I would have held on more. I would have been more present. I would have been in gratitude. I would have not got caught up in all the dumb little minor things that don't matter, that are irrelevant, and just really embrace my loved ones. So embrace your loved ones. Enjoy the time you have with them. Don't get caught up in the dumb minor little things. Enjoy the traffic, enjoy the holiday music, enjoy the tamales, enjoy the food, whatever. Just enjoy it, embrace it, celebrate it, and be present. If you're gonna use your phone, use it to have fun with it, interacting with everybody. Don't get caught up in just looking at your phone. That could wait. Trust me, if you're following someone or stalking someone, you can go into their timeline. You can always watch it later. But anyway, have a wonderful evening, everyone. Again, if you want to reach out to me and have questions or interested in my coaching programs, please feel free to reach out to me. And also, if you want me to email you I'm all like, what am I saying? If you want me to email you the Wheel of Life, or if you want me to email you the audio meditation, please reach out to me and I'll be very happy to send it to you. So anyways, once again, thank you, Carmen. Thank you, Fiore. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. Merry Christmas. And I'll talk to you next Tuesday. Remember that you have the power to choose how you want to live your life from moment to moment. You do have a choice. Good night, everyone. Bye.